Today, we're going to be talking about community servers for the console edition of Rust. We're going to be talking about when we can expect community servers to come out, how community servers are coming along, and what we think community servers are basically going to be including in them. So for those of you who don't know what Rust console community servers are, these are going to be servers that are player owned. Players pay a monthly rate for these servers, and in return, they get to host these servers. They can make them private or public. So if you just wanted to play with a few friends, you can do that. And if you wanted to invite everyone in, like you're having some sort of wild circle jerk, you can do that as well. But basically, community servers are community run. If you want to set a resource spawn rate that's higher than the current rate, which would be 1x, you can do that. This is likely to be one of the major points that people are really looking for in community servers, because you can set a spawn rate of 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. Those of you who want to be weekend warriors, you're going to be able to do that now, because if you want to wank your shank only on the weekends, you can make that happen. You can step into a server that has a 2x, 3x, 4x, or 5x spawn rate. And if it's something like 5x, you can basically get a base build, get yourself ready, and get yourself to a higher tier faster, which means a couple hours in, you've got everything you need and you can go blow some people away with AKs. In addition to that, you're likely going to have community servers that could be pure build servers. You can spawn with all the resources you need, or in addition to that, maybe you just spawn in with an AK and you can go nuts against people. Likely these servers are going to have things like monuments and map sizes that can be set to the community. So if you want a small PvP map, you can do that. If you want a small PvP map with maybe one sort of monument to play on, you can probably also do that. Now, we don't know for sure what community servers are going to include, but these basic things, it is likely and extremely likely that they will have. Now, before we get into release dates, extra features, and things like that, let's hear a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, a game that most of you have probably heard about because it's been around for so long and they've sponsored so many YouTube videos, and that just goes to show how popular this game is. But right now, you should be asking yourself one question: why haven't you tried this game? It's free to play, and you can just use my link down below in the description to download Raid for yourself. It works on your mobile phone or your PC. My recommendation would be to download it to your phone because you can just pick it up and set it down at will. It's a great game to play whether you're on your commute or on your toilet. And better yet, if you start running out of content, there's new content every month. This month, the boss that they added is the Hydra. It's a super powered clan boss with multiple heads, and each head has its own specific mechanics. I really love that. In addition to this, because it's the holiday season, there's a ton of festive activities going on. You got festive events, you got tournaments, and even some new fusion events to help you add some of Raid's awesome festival champions to your collection. If all of this hasn't convinced you to download this completely free game, there's one more thing. The esports legend and Navi superstar Simple is now a limited edition character, and whether you're a new player or an old player, all you need to do to claim this limited edition champion is to log in at 7 days between now and January 20th. However, if you don't do it by then, you miss out forever. But guess what? It gets even better. If you hit the link in the description or scan my QR code, for the next 30 days, new players will be able to go here to claim a ton of treasure. You'll get an epic champion Anina, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. Just scan my QR code or use the link down below in this description and you can support my channel and discover an awesome new game. So yeah, thank you Raid for supporting the channel, and now back to the video. This is one thing I think a lot of people get confused about with community servers. They are going to be able to have moderators, so that means you can ban players if you need to, but that's the only way that you can really do solo, duo, or multiplayer servers. So if you want to do only solo players, a duo server, a trio server, a quad server, whatever you want, or a no clan server, you can do that, but it's going to be probably a lot harder than a lot of people expect, because you're going to need moderators on 24/7. You're going to need logs. You're going to be able to look back, see who created what, who did what, and everything like that. The current Rust servers on PC have a lot more flexibility than we're likely to see in community servers. So what this means is it's going to be a lot harder for you to actually moderate servers. I think a lot of people think that solo, duo, trio, and all those servers are going to just come along and they're going to work instantly, but there's going to be a lot of back and forth and people trying to figure out how these things are going to work and how they're actually going to make them work. And once they do that, there's always people that are just going to come in at random and start cheating, people who are going to pick up the game for the first time and decide, fuck it, I just want to mess with this guy. It's going to be a bit of a mess, and I don't think that solo, duo, or trio, or whatever you want servers are going to work out to quite the extent that a lot of people say. Now, you can have moderators, you can have all of that, but it is very hard to get the community of Rust to cooperate with everybody, and it's very hard to get rid of all the trolls. I think that's going to be a lot bigger of a problem than people think, and I think for the first month, solo servers are basically going to be a bunch of duos, trios, and clans trying to low-key team up or setting up little villages and claiming that they're all solos because they're working on their own and they just happen to make friends. There's going to be a lot of shim-shamming going on, and people are going to be, it's not going to be some sort of happy Wookiee cookie experience. It's going to be something more like a masochistic circle jerk, if you know what I mean, and I know a few of you do. Now, when it comes to the timeline for these servers, we can likely expect these servers in 2022 is my guess. There's some people that were hoping they were going to be coming out in December, but I think that's completely off the plate at this point, because what's happened recently is they've released 3K maps, and even the 2.5K maps, they've started getting more lag. They introduced more lag with the last patch. And one of the things that the developers of Rust said is they do not want to release community servers and have players have a lackluster experience, because I think the developers know that community servers, that's going to be a point where a lot of people decide to come in and try the game again. And if you've got a bunch of community members out there paying all this money for servers and they start them all up and they're just laggy as hell because someone decided to give everyone 10 AKs and a dildo, it's going to be a problem. So I think that they're going to try and make these things as rock solid as possible before they release them. But unfortunately, as we've seen from the most recent update, they're not there yet. If you go over to the staging branch, build servers after a couple days become a complete clusterfuck because people basically build things that are a detriment to God's good light. They build massive buildings, massive things, massive penis statues, and it just makes these servers lag so much. And you go over to these PvP servers, and despite having one of the lower population caps of any server, they're still having lag issues when everybody starts firing their gun. You fire your gun in unison, Rickroll plays, and everybody just lags out. No, it doesn't actually happen, but it's just a really bad experience for players. And the thing is, right now, those servers are being hosted by D11, so nobody's really complaining that much. But if you've got to put down $40, $50, or $60 a month for servers and you're getting lag, you are going to be complaining your ass off, and I think you are going to be justified in those complaints. So what D11 wants to do is they want to give server owners and players a good experience, because I think they know a lot of people are going to be coming back for community servers. So what they're not going to do is rush it and give us some lackluster thing that just blows up in our face, like Hitler when he decided to start a war with Russia. They're going to give us something that's smooth, good, and works, just like my dick when I was 19. Anyways, it's going to take some time for them to come up with that, and I don't think we're going to be seeing that even in early 2022. My guess is community servers are going to be coming about maybe in April or May of 2022. I know that this sounds like a crazy timeline because it's just so far off for something that was originally supposed to come almost on the launch of the game or come shortly after the launch, but given everything we've seen, I think that's a fair estimate. They could release them earlier, but my guess is if they do something like a December, January launch of community servers, I think it's going to be a complete mess unless they really, really clamp down on those controls, right? If they say what you can spawn in with, if they keep map sizes big so you don't have PvP servers, if they keep the build resources lower than a lot of people would like, yeah, I think they could do community servers. They could release a server right now that's basically your just official server that you paid for and you can put a password on or whatever, or lower the population. And that would work, but that is not the community server experience that players are looking for. So to give players the proper experience, which I really do think they're trying to do, it's going to take them a few more months, I think. I think we're going to see some different server variations released to the staging branch first. So I could expect that to happen maybe February, I'd say. Once that happens, once that's successful, after that, that's when you're probably going to see community servers coming to the general population. But yeah, that's about it as far as community servers go. I don't really have anything else to add. I know a lot of people are probably watching this video hoping that I have some new information or some leaks from D11, but there really hasn't been anything of the sort. I just think that this is a good topic to go over, to cover, and to get people's expectations in check, because I think a lot of people think community servers are right around the corner, and there's a lot of people on YouTube and in Discord I've seen who have said that everybody's saying that it's coming up soon. I really don't think it's going to be coming based on what I've seen on the staging branch and what I've seen on the main branch. So I wanted to make this video, get my opinion out there, get people listening to it, and start some sort of hopefully civil discussion. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the support that every single one of you has given me. And yeah, whether you're subscribed or just hit like or just watch the video, thank you. And until next time, peace.